Hey everybody, this is Erica Morrison. I am a mentor, speaker, and the author of the book Trespassed. And today I want to talk about the silent damage of betrayal. Betrayal doesn't just break your heart, it changes you in ways that people can't always see. And that's the part nobody really talks about. People talk about the cheating, people talk about the lies, the abandonment, the ending, but they don't talk enough about the silent damage that happens afterwards. The way betrayal affects your mind, your nervous system, your confidence, your ability to trust, even your identity. Because after betrayal, you don't just grieve the person, you also grieve the version of yourself that existed before the pain. Excuse me. One of the deepest damages betrayal causes is the loss of emotional safety. Before the betrayal, you felt safe believing in someone, safe trusting someone, safe opening your heart. But afterwards, everything changes. It really does change. Now your mind starts questioning everything. Was any of it real? How did I not see this? What else was a lie? And slowly you stop feeling safe emotionally. Not just with other people, with yourself. Because betrayal has a way of making you lose trust in your own judgment. That's why some of you overthink now. That's why some of you became not just aware, but it's like a hyper awareness. That's why you analyze everything people say and do. And I mean everything. Can't let nothing slip by. Got to analyze it all. Your nervous system is trying to prevent pain from happening again. Another silent damage of betrayal is how small it can make you become. After being hurt deeply, many women start shrinking themselves emotionally. You stop expressing your needs. You stop speaking up. You stop expecting consistency. Because somewhere deep down, you became afraid of being too much. And betrayal teaches some people this dangerous lesson. Things like, if I were prettier, quieter, better, If I was easier to love, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But listen to me carefully. Someone else's inability to love you correctly is not proof that you were difficult to love. It is not proof that you were difficult to love. Let's not start believing lies. Sometimes betrayal changes. It changes you in ways you can't even describe. You become more guarded. You become more anxious, even more emotionally exhausted. Some people become numb. And numbness is dangerous because it can feel like healing. You convince yourself, I'm over it because I don't feel anything anymore. But numbness is not peace. It's protection. Your body learned that feeling deeply became unsafe. So now you disconnect. You disconnect emotionally to survive. And so while that may protect you, it'll protect you temporarily. It also blocks joy. It blocks intimacy. And it blocks connection. It blocks connection. And so we got to make sure we don't get stuck. That we want to continue to grow through these types of things. This is the part that hurts the most. Betrayal doesn't just affect how you see them, it affects how you see yourself. Because you'll start questioning your worth, your God-given intuition, your discernment, your choices. And some of you became harder on yourselves than the person who hurt you ever was. You replay every red flag. Every moment you ignored your gut. Every time you settled. And something called shame starts growing. Not just because of what happened, but because you stayed. But hear me clearly. You did not stay because you were weak. You stayed because you were hopeful. And there's a difference. There's a difference. One thing betrayal does silently is that it creates emotional attachment through pain. And that confuses people because they think, if they hurt me, why do I still miss them? It's because your body got attached to the cycle. The highs, the lows. It got attached to the inconsistency. The hope, the disappointment. Your nervous system became conditioned to chaos. So now peace feels unfamiliar. It feels unfamiliar. That's why healing feels uncomfortable sometimes, because your body has to relearn what safety looked like. It has to relearn what safety actually looks like. But I have some good news for you. Betrayal may have changed you, but it does not have to define you. It can change you, but it does not have to define you. You can rebuild the self-trust. You can heal emotionally. You can become soft again without becoming weak again. Healing is not becoming who you were. Healing is becoming someone wiser. It's becoming someone who is more aware. Someone who is more in tune into what is going on. And sometimes the deepest healing happens when you finally stop trying to get the old version of yourself back, and you start embracing who you're becoming now. It could be scary, but it's a good thing. So, yes, betrayal, it leaves damage, silent damage, deep damage, real damage. But guess what? It can also leave wisdom. It can leave discernment, boundaries, strength. And one day, what hurts you will no longer control you. One day, you'll stop looking at yourself through the lens of what happened, and you'll start seeing yourself through the lens of who you became because you survived it. And that version of you, she is powerful. And so if you resonate with anything that I have said tonight, and you're ready to move forward, I have a free 5-day healing guide that can help you get started and on your way. You don't have to stay stuck. And like the name of my channel, you can face tomorrow. Let's face tomorrow. Have a good one.